Hello guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to install macOS 8.1 on Basilisk II. Basilisk II is the sister emulator of Sheepshaver, and it emulates a Motorola 68K processor. The first thing you're going to need to do is go to this link in the description from the Immaculation forum and download the latest build for Windows. Once you've downloaded that, you have to extract it into a folder so that we can continue. Alright, after you've extracted it to your folder, you're going to go over to this other website, Redundant Robot website, from the description, and then download the Performer ROM. This is the one you need. Only this. Not Apple II, not Quadra, not Classic, not Old World, no. Performer. Finally, after you've downloaded this and extracted it into your folder, just move it over, don't extract it. What you need to do is go over here and download the ISO image and move it over into the folder. Make sure to go into Properties. Once it's in your folder, go into Properties and set it as Read Only. We're ready to start configuring. Alright, the first thing you're going to do for configuration is click Create Volume. You can make this volume whatever size you want. Maximum is 2 gigabytes. I'm going to do a 1 gigabyte hard drive, and I'm going to name it os8.dsk. And then I'm going to click OK. If it hangs on this create screen, then that's what it's supposed to do and you did it right. But if it immediately closes, then that means that you messed it up and did not properly set up the disk as too large. After you're done creating that disk and it shows up in the settings window, you're going to go into your files and scroll down and get this ISO. Okay, once you have both of those added, you're going to disable the CD-ROM driver and enable My Computer. Now we're ready to move on to graphics. In graphics, you can set this to whatever you want it to be. As long as it works for you, that's whatever you need. You can leave these two the same as they are normally for the video. Yeah, you can leave these two as whatever they need to be. And then for network, you can choose whatever you need. Usually I wouldn't put anything there because it's not really going to work anyway, but it's worth it. Finally, for the miscellaneous, you're going to set your RAM to 64 megabytes, your Mac model ID to the Quadra 900, and your CPU type to 68040. Once you set all those, you're going to browse for your ROM file and scroll all the way down until you find the Performer ROM. Then you can start. Sometimes the read-only setting can actually affect the ISO and make it unbootable. So if that does end up happening to you, you're going to end the task in Task Manager. Then once it closes, you're going to go into the properties of this and you're going to get rid of that read-only. Then you're going to open up Basilisk II GUI. Now you're going to click Start. Also, if the issue persists, then there's a couple things that you can try. The main things that I would try is getting rid of this and then trying again. And there we go. We have it working. This is our macOS 8 ISO booting. And then for the name, you can name it whatever you want. I'm going to name mine Macintosh HD. And then it should say macOS standard, whatever size your hard drive is, and then you can click initialize if all that is correct. You see this PC icon? This is your computer, and you can actually access it from macOS since we enabled that. Next thing we're going to do is double click install macOS 8.1. Once we get into the Hopscotch installer, we're going to select all the things we need. Destination disk, you should not have to select that since you only have one disk. Read your very, very, very important information. And read your very, very, very important software license agreement. Make sure you agree. And you can select everything that you want. I want everything. Yeah, I have everything set. Alright. I'm ready to start installing. Make sure you select everything that you want to install, and then you could just install it. And you have to follow the instructions of each one of these and install. You can choose custom install if you want, but it's honestly more complicated and I just don't feel like it. Also, the Hopscotch menu, me personally, is my favorite menu. But I don't know about you, but that's my favorite setup. Oh yeah, quick note, by the way, don't click the update. Unless you're running macOS 8.0 already and you want to learn how to install macOS 8.1, you have no reason to click the updater because you don't have an OS already. Yeah. So now we're going to have everything installed to the Macintosh HD, which is everything I chose to install, which was literally the whole menu. Like, I'm pretty sure this was actually like one of the last versions of macOS to be supported on 68K Macs. After this, all the 68K Macs were just thrown in the dumpster and weren't usable anymore with the latest macOS. Honestly, I think that's pretty baloney, but I don't know. Also, this is a pretty dang cool animation they got here. Where did they get the budget for this animation? They must have had a lot of budget for this. There's going to be an installer for every single thing you selected. I don't know why. There's just going to be like an installer for everything you selected. Just like, do whatever you want with it. It's not my can of beans to mess around with. But for Macintosh, I would recommend just getting everything as if you have the disk space for it, even if you're not going to use it, because it's just good to have. You can only install QuickDraw 3D on Power Macintosh systems. Alright, you can't use QuickDraw 3D with this, so just disclaimer, you can't do that. You can skip that. OpenDoc, we can try installing that. Yeah, then you have the MacLink installer, we can just install this. I have no idea what MacLink Plus is, but I'm just installing whatever it throws at me. Why is QuickDraw GX supported on 68K, but Power Mac QuickDraw 3D is like, come on, man. Pretty sure you can just press enter twice for each one. That's what I'm doing. Alright. Once it's all done, you can just yeet out. Before I reboot, I want to try this out. Accept. Oh, okay. Install. Please insert the... Bro, what the... Okay, I'm not gonna... Oh, don't tell me. Please, no. It broke. Okay, that was a mistake. Don't do that when you try to install Mac OS 8 on Basilisk 2. Just close out. I'm gonna reopen it. Now that I have the fully installed Mac OS 8.1, we can actually see the cool Mac OS background and everything. We have the Platinum theme. This was a key feature of Mac OS 8. Yeah. You have not provided a username. Why didn't you just stop me? Like, why did you have to give me an error? Just make it grayed out until I select it. Like, dang. Select your time zone. I don't really care if it's right or wrong. It's just, I'm selecting the time zone. It crashed! Yay! Alright, don't do the setup assistant, guys. The setup assistant destroys the computer. Alright, let me see if we can browse the internet. Assist me. Update. Next. Add. Home. Yeah, sure. It's the LAN. It's LAN. It's LAN. Sure. No? Yes. Let me check the GUI for that. Oh. Well, two things. Oh no. Okay, I can. How about just 4? No. How about 27? That's a good one. I know that one. That is. I don't know. Then for this. This is only for me. I'm just trying to get the network working. What is the... Okay. Alright. Those are the two dang. Oh my god. I don't need a domain name. Email address? No. 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 Go ahead. If this actually works, I would be genuinely surprised. Browse the internet. Microsoft Internet Explorer. I'm putting $50 on this will not work. Looking for google.com. Yeah, well, I'm sure you're gonna find it. You're not gonna find it. There's no way. There is absolutely no way that Basilisk 2 could look up google.com. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, if you just wanted to install Mac OS 8, you can leave. I'm gonna try something. Okay. Little G, oh no duh. Let's try something simpler. Yeah, okay, I don't think that's gonna work. Okay, you're banned. Alright, well, that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.